Right, hello guys, and let me just give me a second to just share that out to my social media. Okay, so here we go. I am so sorry, forgive me for being on late. It's Wednesday already. Usually we do that Sunday night or latest on Mondays, but I was feeling a bit sick, and no, it's not corona, and I'm quite well again. It was just a bit of an upset tummy. So all good, and I'm ready to do the oracle guidance. So you can, the good thing about having it a bit later, maybe, is also that you can kind of compare already. When you see the reading, you can say, okay, how much of this can I actually relate to already? It's from Monday, and see how that is going to continue. So that's going to be a wonderful thing to do. And it's also always advisable to sort of, when you see a guidance and you think, oh, okay, um, and you do it up front, that you watch that up front, go back to it, just take a couple of notes. You don't even have to watch the whole thing again. But take a couple of notes, what stood out for you, just as a reminder, and then you go back in your diary, in your journal, like at the end of the week, and then or that time period for whatever period it was, and then you can compare and you can go back and reflect on everything and see, okay, how much did that kind of play out in that. So here we go. As usual, all of you who don't know me yet, if you're new, my name is Tilda Schaefer. I'm an author and a healer. And I usually do my live reading with my favorite oracle cards, Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards by Carl Gray. Let me just show you the package. So if you're interested to get them as well, there you go. That's what they look like. You can buy them on Amazon and any kind of other major retail stores, probably in your bookshop as well. Carl Gray is quite famous, I think. So you can get them around anywhere. It's quite easy to get hold of, and they're absolutely wonderful. They're just, well, for me anyway, I can relate to them so well. They just trigger my psychic ability straight away. So here we go. Three wonderful cards, not as in chronological order, but to like give a whole overview over the energies of the week, and then we can see how that plays out. Okay, and I'll be happy to have any feedback. You can write to me at info@tildaschaefer.com, or you can message me on social media wherever. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. um, I'll just give you my link tree here. So that's link tree / it's linktr.ee actually, and then / and Tilda Schaefer, and you've got all my links on there to my books and to my website and to all the social media ones, including YouTube here. So right, and what I'm doing is I draw 3 cards, and then we find a wonderful story to see what's happening over the course of the week. What kind of energies are at play, and how can we best work with them as well to our greatest advantage, and for our spiritual growth as well, as well as just coping with the daily stuff in the mundane life. So let's see what's going to come out of this now. Right. 1 second. Okay. 1. That is a beautiful card. I love that. They're all really nice. But anyway, we start with the guardian angel, and it says, "You're not alone." And what a beautiful reassurance that is. Look at that. With that's an angel feather right there. And feathers are all about being light and gentle, loving, and it's just like a caress, isn't it? Just, like it's like your mom stroking your face when you're a little baby, while you're sleeping, saying, yeah, I love you. That kind of feeling that is. I always get that with feathers. Anyway, which is my only tattoo. Representing my art, the cosmic order, right? It's an ostrich feather, this one. Anyway, so guardian angel, you're not alone. So basically, we are on lockdown. People have to practice social distancing, and how would that be? Like a lot of people feel lonely, and they want to go out and connect with others, and do all sorts of things, with each other, and they can't see each other like that, so all you can do is like uh, you know be on messengers, phone, things like that, and even on camera. It's still not the same, of course, as personal interaction. So that's missing for a lot of people, especially those that are used to having they're used to having people around them all the time, and being outside on the go and at the office, or, driving around town, whatever, And if you're not doing that at the moment, you might feel really cooped up at home, and feeling lonely as well, because that personal interaction with other people is missing. And so the angels are telling you now, your guardian angel says, I'm with you, you're not alone, and we're going to get through that together. It's an illusion to think that you're alone, and you can connect in so many other ways. And it's a beautiful time as well to connect to yourself, right? um, because don't discount yourself. You think you're alone, but there's all of you to have as well, and that's a beautiful thing. And there's a lot of things you can still discover about yourself. um, Yeah, so exciting. If you just, dig a little bit deeper, it's amazing the things that you can come up with. So the next one is the elder, move beyond ancestral patterns. So it's basically saying, you're not alone, you're held, you're loved, and it's a great time to do reflection and inner work, and actually go within, see what kind of patterns there are, which are brought down from, the family line, the lineage, um, you know, like a tradition, or like a certain pattern, like in some families there's violence, for example, or substance abuse or something, whatever, or even just little kind of behavioral patterns that are destructive in some way and that are dysfunctional. So now it's time, it's a brilliant opportunity. We have that time and we have that space and that energy, to go within and really become aware of this and start healing that. We have time to do the healing work. We have time to just lie down in bed and cry if we need to, which is part of a healing process as well. I mean, tears are very cleansing, for that matter, so you can free yourself. Oops, sorry. It's like me going around, and there's the microphone there on the side. But tears are very healing, and you can change these patterns very intentionally now. You have the time to retrain your thinking and um, your automated response system. Okay, so if the first thing that comes up for you, if a certain situation occurs, or a certain kind of behavior from somebody in your family or so, and you automatically respond in some way, and that is not a healthy thing to do. Now is the time to stop yourself and rethink and say, oh, there it is again. Let me rethink all that. And the more often you do that, the more you retrain your brain to actually automate a different kind of response system. Okay, that takes a while, but you do have the time now to do that, and the space. You need to have that emotional space as well. Very often, if we just have like 20 minutes here and 20 minutes there, we can't really go through all this. But now, great opportunity to do that. You can go in and really heal your entire family. If you're a healer, um, like for instance, a Reiki healer or something, even if you don't, you can send love and light as well. But you can send loving and healing energies to your ancestors as well, the people in your past, your parents, your grandparents, great grandparents, and so on. If you know that that is like an ancestral lineage where that occurred, where that pattern comes from, you can send healing to all of them because, you know, time and space are really an illusion. So, there's only one moment, but that's very metaphysical. Now, I'm not going to go into that too much now, that's going down the rabbit hole like really deep. But that's how it works. So that's why it's possible to send healing energies, to different places and to different timelines as well, and to different dimensions and all that, because it's just all layers of this one great big now moment. So that's a wonderful time, and you do have the support from your guardian angels, your spirit guides, and and your power animals, whoever, all your celestial team, as my friend Alisa Millimon always calls it. She is a beautiful artist, but anyway, and I love that, because the celestial team is like anything it's, to me, it feels like anything that's good. If that is like ascended masters or angels or anything else, anything that's good and high vibrational is there to help you. And you've got plenty of those. You just have to say, come on, I need your help, guys. And they're there, ask for it and it shall be given, as it says in the Bible, it says in any other religious text as well, and in all the self-help energy manifestation books, the new age stuff. So that's a universal truth. You are supported anytime, anywhere, any place. You ask for that help, it'll be given to you, and then you can do the healing work. You're held, you're supported in that. You're not alone, and they're all there to get, and they have your back, so you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, just go into that, let yourself fall, do that healing work. And it's not always easy, and there might be some pain coming up as well, of course, but when it comes up, that's a good thing, because then it's there, so you can let it go. If you have buried it so deep inside that you don't even know it's there anymore, that's not a healthy thing, because it's gonna eat away at you, fester inside and all that. So and you don't want to do that. So let it come out, let it go, and say thank you. I know you've done that to protect me, that emotion, that behavioral pattern or whatever, but I don't need you any longer. And you're actually not doing your job that you also want to do. So I let you go in love, and let that go. And then you can do the healing with that, okay? So, and the last card is one of my favorites, of course, because it always speaks to my inner warrior, the warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. See. Now that is like, everybody says like, oh yeah, I'm so brave. But when it comes to inner work, some of the greatest warriors are really scared. And it is a scary thing to go within. I think it was Muhammad who said the greatest jihad is like conquering yourself, meaning like, working on yourself on the inside rather than whatever you project on the outside. So that is a very true thing. That is the greatest achievement that you can do, is to really face all your innermost fears, your shadow sides, bring them to the light, heal them, make them into your superpowers, accept yourself as you are, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. Okay, so because that's all of you, that makes you who you are. And there's wonderful things that you might see as a weakness, which you can totally use as a strength as well. You do not have to think of yourself like I'm really bad at this or something, because there's always two sides to a coin. And when you accept yourself as you are, you can love yourself as well. You can love yourself out of fear. You can love yourself out of anger. You can love yourself out of frustration and all that kind of all the negative stuff. But you need to be able to accept yourself and say, I'm worthy and I'm lovable with all that I am, all pieces of me, and they're all me, and it's good, it's okay, right? That's who I am. And I can work with that. And I can work from there, right? But first you have to accept it and to love it. And then you can work with that and change whatever you want to change about yourself. And that is the thing. When you do that healing work, you do need that warrior strength. You need that persistence, that perseverance, and not giving up. And it takes courage. It takes courage, a long breath. It takes patience. Very often, as I said, it takes tears as well, but they're cleansing. Cleanse yourself, detox yourself, and support your body, because how the layers work in your energy body, is like you have a spiritual layer, which is like the biggest one, of course. And it's not like they're like onion peels, but that's a good way to show that. But obviously they're all intermingled with each other. But the big one is the spiritual level, that is you as a spirit. Then goes the mental, the emotional, and the physical. So the physical is also the one where it filters through last. Whatever happens on the spiritual, on the outer layers, that filters through. And when it starts showing in the body, that's the last instance already. That means you've ignored everything else. So then your body is going to kick in and say, "Oi, listen to me here," and it's just going to break you out, or it's going to express it in some way. Um, like I hurt my spine, which means, and it's a chronic injury, which meant when that happened, I was carrying the weight of the world, and it was too heavy for me. So my spine was like, I'm about to snap here, because I can't take it anymore. I can't carry all that. So I felt overwhelmed with like the weight of responsibility and all that. So that was the last instance, because I kept ignoring it. I kept going on. It's like I need to be a mom, I need to be this and that, and do this and that, and work and cook and clean. Everything you do as being a self-employed single mother. I mean, it's a tough life. Let's face it, it's a tough life. And when you can least need it is when you least need it. Your kids are going to do something, or you're having problems with your own parents, whatever. Things happen, or your friend might need some support, and you're like, I'm here, I'll help you. Of course you help because you love that person. If you can do something to alleviate whatever is going on for them, of course you do that. But of course that's an added pressure. It always usually just comes at the times where you're like, couldn't that have happened tomorrow? And today I was just done with everything. That's life. You have your curveballs that come at you from left, center, or whatever. So happens. But you need to find your islands of rest as well, for recuperation, recharge, and build up your strength again, your inner resilience. Because if you don't, you're going to burn out, and then you're going to run flat on flat batteries, empty, and that's not. So that's not very good. So you have to have um, that determination of going through the process of doing the work, the self-healing and everything. But it also means that you have to claim the power to say, I need rest right now. And now is the best time to do that, to go and say, leave me alone, guys. I just want to withdraw, and I need to rest. I need to ingest all that, the new information, the downloads that you have, the healing that you've done, because your energy your energy patterns, that they're like totally realigning themselves as well. And you need to have that, um, like your whole being, your entire being needs to acclimatize to that. And especially when, your body, as being the last instant, needs to get on a level, and it takes a bit. If you ignore that, like your mind, your emotions, and your physical body has to catch up with that. Something's going to give. So you need to take your time and stand up and empower yourself to say, I need to have this time for myself as well right now. Okay, that is very important. As much as saying, I'm not giving up, I'm going to do my healing work now, because it's a wonderful opportunity to do that. I have that peaceful time, I have that quiet time for myself to really go within, and leave the world outside, just go within and do all that, and explore. And learn to love yourself. You have the time to stand in front of the mirror. If you don't love yourself, if you hate yourself or something about yourself that you really resent, stand yourself in front of the mirror, go like that and say, I love you. And I love your sagging boobs and, round tummy or whatever it is that you don't like about yourself. Love them up, look at them and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. As often as, at first you're going to feel so stupid. um, you know, I'm not gonna lie about, you feel so stupid. You're like, I don't, my and then this is an instant, but work up the love. Think of something that you really love, a person that you love, like your children, or a person that you're really close to, that you love so much. Think of that love and then look through these eyes, through that filter, that lens, at whatever it is on your body or inside of you, some characteristic that you are resentful of or ashamed of or something like that. And then go on, I love you. And I love this about you. And you are so lovable. You're perfect to me. And the more you do it, and you have to keep repeating that, because you can only really learn and integrate something through repetition. So once you do that, then you're gonna feel something shift inside of you. And you think, actually, no, my belly is quite nice and it's cuddly, isn't it? It's nice. You can kind of cuddle in it and things like that. I give great cuddles. So, and then you start to think of it in a positive way, and then you're like, I love you. But that's a process, a gradual process, not like lightning is striking you bam, and then everything is totally changed, like 180 degrees turned around. It's something you have to work on, like everything else, and you have to practice. And that's where a lot of people give up, because they don't stay with it. Once you do that, that's what a warrior does. You can do all the healing. You are supported. You have the strength, and you can heal your entire family tree. You have that power, okay? You have that power in you. So reach down deep inside yourself, bring that out, and kaboom, okay? Just love it all into health. So, and on that one, I love you guys so much. Sending so much love out to you, all of you. And I'm so happy I'm feeling well again. It's not nice to feel squeezy, is it? I didn't laugh as much and giggle as much as I usually do. So I'm happy that I'm back in that frame of mind now. And I'll see you next week on Sunday night. Anyway, love you lots.